The knock came just as I was sitting down to dinner. It was a quiet Thursday night, and the smell of microwaved lasagna filled my little apartment. I lived alone, had for years, ever since my divorce. Routine had become my comfort: work, eat, sleep, repeat. But when I opened the door, there she was. "Hi," she said softly, a little out of breath. "I'm sorry to bother you. I'm Emily, from next door. My shower just broke and I really need to get ready for work. Could I, maybe, borrow yours?" She looked so nervous standing there, holding a towel and a tiny bottle of shampoo like a peace offering. I hesitated. I'm not proud of that. But kindness isn't always our first instinct, is it? "Of course," I finally said, stepping aside. "Come in." Emily smiled, and that smile, it was the kind you didn't forget. As she disappeared into the bathroom, I sat back down and tried to refocus on my dinner, but something about the whole situation struck me. Emily wasn't someone I'd noticed much before. She'd moved in about a year ago, and I'd see her sometimes in the hallway, usually rushing somewhere in a suit and sneakers, holding a coffee and her phone. Always polite. Always busy. Tonight, though, she'd seemed tired. When she emerged 10 minutes later, smelling of soap and carrying her towel, she smiled again, but this time it didn't quite reach her eyes. "Thank you," she said. "You really saved me. I had a really bad day already, and then the shower," she trailed off, biting her lip. "Anyway. You were kind. And that means a lot." She left before I could say anything else. The next morning, I saw her again in the hall. She had dark circles under her eyes. I couldn't help myself. "You okay?" I asked. Her eyes watered, and she almost laughed. "I've been better," she admitted. "My mom's sick. Bills are piling up. My boss keeps threatening to replace me if I'm late one more time." She looked down. "And now my plumbing's a mess and I can't afford to fix it yet. But I'll figure it out." That should have been the end of it. Her problems weren't mine to solve. But that night, when I heard her crying through the thin wall between our apartments, I knew I couldn't ignore her. The next day, I called a plumber. When Emily came home that evening, she found me sitting outside her door with a receipt in my hand. "I know it's not my business," I said awkwardly. "But, your shower's fixed." She stared at me, stunned. Why?" she whispered. And I just shrugged. "Because you deserve a break." Emily dropped her bag and threw her arms around me. I hadn't been hugged like that in years. That hug changed everything. From then on, Emily and I became something more than neighbors. She started stopping by with cookies, with leftovers, with stories about her mom and her job. Sometimes she'd sit on my couch and cry. Other nights we'd watch old movies and laugh until we forgot why we'd been sad in the first place. One Saturday morning, months later, she knocked on my door again. This time she wasn't holding a towel, she was holding an envelope. "I got the promotion," she said, her voice shaking. "I can afford Mom's treatment now. And it's because of you. You reminded me people can still care. You made me feel worth saving." That night, after she left, I sat alone in my apartment, thinking about how easily I could have said no that first night. How close I came to closing the door on her. And how much richer my life became because I didn't. We all live behind our own closed doors, don't we? Telling ourselves we're too busy, too tired, too broken to reach out. But maybe the truth is this: a single small act of kindness can open more than just a door. It can open hearts. It can change lives. It can even heal your own. So the next time someone knocks, let them in. You never know what might happen next.